not a whole lot happened on this episode aside from the ladies assuming still that Toya had something to do with Anila's home being broken into. We did see Anila show us her home, but it seemed like she only went to one spot of her house and they just took her jewelry. So I was kind of like, okay, did they take anything else? Did you really have robbers? It was giving that these people had been in your house before, that they knew exactly which closet to go to and what to get. So I do see her being targeted and likely set up. I just can't say that it was directly Toya if her home ain't finished and she probably got contractors coming in and out. It could be anybody. But, those are just my thoughts. I also want to say this before we get into it. When towards the end, Toya tells Quad, like, oh, could it be that she's a liar? So when she says, could it be that she's a liar? Toya turned around, and, I'm sorry, Quad, and said, well, you a liar? Has your house been broken into? And Toya's response to Quad to me was very interesting because she said, yeah, but you said you're a liar too. You said stuff about me. And I was like, Toya, why you don't have that energy with Quad as you've had with other people when Quad just sat up here and called you a liar? That was a little interesting. Like, I don't
Like,
know.
why know something? You
Right.
know, I heard
I'm
somebody
wondering
say that
that,
too, Jamie,
or if it was
this week.
because she's afraid of Quad. One of the two.
Mm, afraid or she knows something. I feel like Quad might know something, which is why they
Mm,
tread lightly with the cute shade. As for me with the robbery, I feel like it's a 50-50 thing. And like it's weird because on one hand I'm like, y'all weird as fuck for thinking that Toya would set up the robbery. Like that's OD. But on the other hand, I'm like, you know what? If Toya really did sleep with this man and you don't want to talk about it that bad, like you might be desperate enough to attempt to do some hush shit like that. Like, girl, let me go steal your wedding ring, pay somebody to go do this so you can hush. Um, but I really don't know. I'm 50-50 on it. I'm like in a never say never situation when it
Yeah.
comes to these ladies.
mm-hmm.
I agree. I don't put nothing past anybody. And I would have never really thought that if Eugene and Toya's response wasn't so, well, I guess she shouldn't be a liar. Like it was almost like they deserved it or something. And I was just kind of like, I don't think anybody, in on this show deserves to have their home, ramaged. Like that's such an invasive thing, and it makes you feel like you're not safe in your home, and that's a fucked up feeling. So for me personally, I feel like their attitude is what made me feel like it's a possibility more than anything else. But outside of that, the robberies are at an all-time high out there. So it's not, it's been happening a lot. It's been happening to a lot of people on these shows. Not just Bravo shows, y'all, because I know everybody thinks it might be somebody with Bravo, but it's not just people on the Bravo shows. There's been a lot of like celebrities that live in Atlanta that have gotten robbed, and it's because they live in those big ass houses on a lot of land, and it takes the police
Yep.
a long time to get somewhere. So people is out here struggling, scratching, and surviving good times. And Anila, might be somebody they know has something from whatever, but that party, that party also. Because that party made it so that somebody could get in and out of their subdivision at the time that they got robbed. It's
Mm.
hard not to see like some type of link between a party being thrown where that means a whole bunch of people are coming in and out of the subdivision more so than normal,
Mm-hmm.
and then a robbery happens at somebody's house during that time. I'm not saying somebody at the party did it. I'm just saying that's a coincidence that that happened at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, and the party probably made it easier for the people to come into the subdivision to rob them in the first place. So
Mm.
Carmitha also influenced my opinion on it. I'm not saying Carmitha did the shit, but
you
it
got some
just
hood friends.
you got some hood friends because when Carmitha showed up to Quad's Christmas party,
I forgot
the
about
way
that.
she walked in there with Amin Mug, she walked in there strictly knowing that her job was to nook if Toya bugged. Like she knew that was her job. So I'm like, knowing that you got people around you like that, it ain't I mean, when I say people around you like that, you have people who do what you need them to do. It ain't nothing but a call to get those people to do what you need them to do. But
Mm.
you never know.
I forgot all about her, niecey.
Yeah. After I saw Carmitha, I was like, you know what? She might have done that shit. Carmita in I thought it was weird, even going back to that episode, when you see them walk into the party,
Mm-hmm.
Toya and Eugene walk in together. Carmita walks in behind them. Carmita didn't walk in like side by. You would assume that Carmita and Toya would walk in together as friends. Eugene would kind of, escort the ladies behind. It was the fact that I feel like they walked that way because Carmita was not supposed to be there, and she was
Absolutely. That's
there to
exactly
wreak havoc. She was there
my opinion.
for that reason.
Because they walked in first as a distraction, which would make sense to me.
Yes.
Hey, Quan, hey, everybody. And then Carmita came, look, bro, you done kind of got me on a 50-50. Now, see, at first, or even, maybe 70-30, girl. Because at first, I'm like, nah, I don't believe Toya would do nothing like that. But then when you bring up Miss Carmita and how she was acting and ready to get with Miss Girl very quickly,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Carmita didn't say nothing. She just stood up. That's how you know that she was there on assignment. She was about that action and nothing else. She didn't care about no camera time. She just wanted to lay hands.
I'm away. I'm away. I'm away. I'm away. I'm gonna see how they play out. I don't know. I ain't gonna be able to look at Toya the same if she had anything to do with this. Like that's just insane to me. We'll see. Either way, Anila, good luck. Hope you are able to get your ring replaced. I'm sure she is, considering the fact that they got a lot of money. Okay, a whole lot of money since they went over budget, and I'm sure she got a whole bigger ring right now. Okay. But anything else on Married to Medicine? Anything else about the ladies we care to mention? Good.